Good afternoon, dear tutor. Um, well, it's a pity that we couldn't have our interview, but this is my final exam. Who is Brian? Well, my full name is Brian Andres Calderon Urueña. I am 23 years old. I am the older brother of five family members. Um, I have my mom, my dad, one brother, and one sister. Currently, I'm an English teacher. I work for one institute. Its name is Eagle. Uh, I live in San Agustin Huila since February. My hobbies. My hobbies are playing soccer, playing video games, studying English and French by myself, spending time with my family and my girlfriend and my pet. Uh, I am interested in languages at first. Secondly, at teaching English, how to improve, to create in my students the necessity to learn English, but my job is to make it easier, funnier, something like that. And I am interested in music. I really like rock music in Spanish and in English. So that's it. I consider it's a brief description about myself. When did you decide to become an English teacher and why? Well, at the beginning, it was a very hard decision. It was in 2013 when I started studying in Normal Superior in a special program called Programa de Formación Complementaria. And currently, I am Normalista Superior. I hold that degree. That's why I'm an English teacher. And why? Well, first, I received some recommendation or advices who some teachers that I loved very much, and I thought about it, and I said to myself, why not? I'm very patient, um, uh, in a good way. I love children, teenagers, and I have a good ability to express myself explaining something. So the decision of being an English teacher, sorry, was because uh, first I like very much English and languages of these topics. I try to speak very well in Spanish, and in the other hand, I am not good in math and all of kind of numbers, science. So that's why I chose to become an English teacher. According to your opinion, what are your strengths and weaknesses to be an English teacher? Well, strengths. Uh, I consider the most important strength to become an English teacher is the opportunities to create your own ways, to own methodology, because some or few people speak in English. So and there are a lot of English teachers, but their level is not good, and their students um, don't learn very well. So in my case, where I work in an institute, especially in English, so I can create a good methodology, and the difference in a high school and institute, and that's why my students appreciate my efforts. And the most important thing for me is that they learn and communicate in English. And weaknesses, well, I think there are a lot because, um, for example, the government doesn't, sorry, the government don't support our job. So because they prefer to contract foreigners, native speakers, but they don't know about our context, our students, environment, problems, necessities. So it's difficult for them, and the government. I think the government could improve our speaking skills and strategies, giving us some some help and appreciations about our jobs. That's it. And next one. Why did you choose the UNAD among other universities to do your bachelor degree? Well, I chose UNAD among other university because the facilities to study. I mean, when you work, you don't have time to go to any location and different hours because the universities have different schedules. So I consider that that kind of methodology was easy for me, and it fit to my daily routine, I guess. So that's why. And if you could change anything from the NAT courses and methodology, what would it be? Well, if I could change, um, I think towards accompaniment, because in some courses, not at all, in a collaborative forms, there is always some troubles in a communication. Yeah, it's important. I know, and I respect that, and I agree with that. But for example, in this case, in a Greek course, I have some troubles with my partners because they they are doing in a good in a way they work a collaborative work, but I think it is incorrect. So in this moment, we don't have a tutor's accompaniment. So it's rare, and the time is running. So the tutor's role is to check and say, well, in this way this is correct, in this way it's not correct. Change this, check this. So that's I would think it could be better in this methodology of UNAT. Well, teacher, I really want to appreciate all of your lessons, your patience. Uh, you have done an excellent uh, work. So I enjoyed these lessons very much. I could review some topics, practice some grammars. I learned another things. So thank you very much, and maybe we could see us again another time. Bye bye.